so disrespectfully that now we must hold him to account.
Hey guys, so I'm watching the impeachment here on my iPad. I had about a 15-minute session before. And you guys are noticing this is Socrates and Holly. Looks like they're doing some cuddling, so that'll be part of the entertainment. But what I'm doing here is I'm broadcasting live to talk about what's happening right now in the House of Representatives. I'm actually going to air it live via my iPad so I can engage live with what the representatives are saying. I apologize for the messy apartment. I was going to do this in front of my library, in my library, but I would have had to have done it on my phone. And right now, YouTube is only has recently only allowed YouTube users with 1,000 subscribers to broadcast live from their phone or any mobile device like my iPad. So I have the broadcast from my desktop computer in my bedroom. So here we are. If you like what you hear, feel free to comment, feel free to reach out. If you have questions, let me know. A very important time here right now. So I'm going to do this for the next 9 minutes or so. Again, reach out to me. But let's see what's going on. Right now we have Representative Jim Himes, Democrat from Connecticut, talking. So let's see what he has to say.
Wrong. All caps. He believes it too. He sees nothing wrong with inviting Russian, Ukrainian, or Chinese interference into our election. He did it. He continues to do it, and he sees nothing wrong with it. He'll wake up tomorrow and do it again if we don't stop him today. Therein lies our hope. I'm proud today to answer the call to defend our democracy and the United States Constitution and urge my colleagues to do the same. And yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Georgia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For things that I really don't understand, I'm having to yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Mississippi, Mr. Kelly.
Gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
Madam Speaker, I'm saddened today that I spent 2 Christmases defending our country overseas, and I get a measly 30 seconds to speak in this laughable process. Our president made a campaign promise to drain the swamp, and there are those today relying on swamp creatures' words to preserve the swamp. How do you suppress the votes of 63 million people?
It's funny, he did make a promise to drain the swamp, but he's become part of the swamp. He wasn't able to make that promise. I don't know, it's kind of a lie. And this guy is really emotional. It seems all the Republicans think that the more emotional they get, the more factual what they're saying will be. But, I mean, it speaks to the Republicans' emotions. It's not delivering any sort of cognitive message.
Gentleman's recognized for 2 minutes.
Madam Speaker, like many of my colleagues, I never ran for Congress wanting or expecting to impeach anybody, let alone the President of the United States. However, given the facts, here we are. While some questions remain unanswered, 2 key facts are clear and compel me to support the articles of impeachment. First, President Trump attempted to pressure a foreign government to help his re-election campaign. And second, the president used the powers of his office again to obstruct a congressional investigation.
I'm honestly surprised he's getting away with it so far. I really look forward to seeing what the courts are going to do to speak about the power of the subpoena, because it's always been my experience that if you get subpoenaed, you have to follow that. So now President Trump is showing us that if you get subpoenaed and you disagree with what you're being subpoenaed for, you don't have to show up. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But also, absolutely, there's evidence that he wanted the Ukrainians to do them a favor. We got a fight going on. I don't know if you guys saw that. My cats were fighting. Anyways, here's this is the Democrat from Illinois.
The president has silenced witnesses at the White House. He even silenced the loquacious Mick Mulvaney, who uttered at a press conference that there was a quid pro quo and get over it.
Yeah.
By choosing to block his testimony, the president is not proving his innocence. He's just proving he's afraid of what they have to say. As a wise man once said, the truth will come to light, and it has. It is our duty to act on it. I yield back.
Gentleman from Georgia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's a shame on the floor of this House when you accuse somebody and then make them prove they're not guilty of what you're accusing of. That's a bad look. 30 seconds to the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Rhodes.
Gentleman's recognized
Any
for 30
sense.
seconds.
Madam Speaker, today I rise in strong opposition to this partisan impeachment spectacle
Big
that
surprise.
just seeks to accomplish what President Trump's opponents failed to do at the ballot box in 2016. Our votes today are merely formalizing the decision my colleagues on the other side of the aisle reached 3 years ago. This process has been an embarrassment to our country, an insult to our Constitution, and a distraction from the real work we should be accomplishing for the American people. I stand with the people of Tennessee's 6th District in strongly supporting President Trump, and I will vote against the articles of impeachment before us today. Thank you.
Gentleman from California.
Madam Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. Gentleman from Georgia.
Madam Speaker, I yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Michigan, Ms. Huizinga.
Gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
In her own words, Speaker Pelosi said impeachment must be compelling, overwhelming, and bipartisan. These articles of impeachment being considered today by the House fail to meet Speaker Pelosi's own standards.
The only standard it didn't meet is that it's not bipartisan. Everything else is true. It's interesting because, it isn't bipartisan. It's very partisan. The Republicans have become so brainwashed by the president, almost desperate. I don't understand it. I really do want to understand it. That's why I'm broadcasting live. If there's a Republican out there that can breathe life into the ignorance of the Republican Party right now, I would love to hear it because, anyways, let's keep listening.
Gentleman from California.
Madam Speaker, I continue to reserve.
Gentleman from Georgia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Cloud.
Gentleman's recognized.
It's been very clear from the beginning that this impeachment proceeding has never been about an honest search for the truth. If it were, our Democratic friends would not have polled to see what to charge the president with. Calling an opinion a fact does not make it so, and repeating it over and over does not make it more true. When one produces a committee report with fabricated findings,
Here's the thing: it's like finding an opinion a fact. They're not explaining what opinions are. They're just not explaining themselves. Finding an opinion that's not a fact. What opinion is somebody saying is a fact? They've done nothing but broadcast facts.
It's time to end the charade and get back to doing the work we were elected to do.
Madam Speaker, I continue to reserve.
Gentleman from Georgia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Indiana, Mr. Fulcher.
Gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In a day heavy in verbal debate, I choose to use my time to enumerate in detail every high crime and misdemeanor committed by the President of the United States. I will do so now.
Unbelievable.
Gentleman's time's expired.
Yield back.
Gentleman from California. Gentleman reserve.
Madam Speaker, I continue to reserve.
Thank
Gentleman
you.
from Georgia.
Madam Speaker, I yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Fleshman.
Gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
Madam Speaker, in my 30 seconds, my heart aches for our great republic today. I implore my Democratic colleagues in this House, we're not Republicans or Democrats, we are Americans. This is not the right place. This is not the right procedure. Settle our political differences politically. We owe the American people a great duty to come together. Don't give the Senate the victory lap. Give the House the victory lap. Vote no to impeach. We owe it to the American people. They want so dearly for us to come together for our great republic and thank our great president.
We do want them to come together, but we want them to come together in truth and stop denying fact.
Madam Speaker, I continue to reserve.
Gentleman from Georgia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. While we get to catch our breath, can you give us the time for both the majority and the minority?
It has 43 minutes. Gentleman from California has 29 minutes. Gentleman from Georgia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate that. I yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Waltz.
Gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
Madam Speaker, I'm a Green Beret and a proud veteran, but this process does not make me proud. I've fought all over the world, from Africa to Afghanistan, and seen fairer and more transparent processes than this. Since the Democrats lost the election in 2016, they've been focused on impeaching this president. Meanwhile, we have not solved the problems America entrusted us to solve: immigration, healthcare.
See, a lot of times they like to point out, it's like, this is such a waste of our time. This is such a waste. We should be focusing on other issues. It's like, well, you are, while this is other things happening. So I just hope no one's misguided to think that this is the only thing Congress is working on right now.
Recognized for 30 seconds.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today in opposition to the articles of impeachment on President Trump.
You're Republican, of
My
course you would.
Democratic colleagues have been planning to impeach President Trump since he took office. After months of wasting House time on partisan investigations, they've been unable to produce evidence that President Trump committed a crime. I will vote no to today's articles of impeachment. I look forward to getting back to the business on behalf of Kentuckians. I yield back.
Gentleman from California.
Madam Speaker, I'm proud to recognize the gentleman from New York, Mr. Maloney, for 2 minutes.
Gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Madam Speaker, the facts and the evidence establish beyond peradventure that the president abused the power of his office for personal gain and sought to cover up his misconduct by obstructing the Congress.
And it's more of the same. So I'm out of time. I just wanted to make sure that I broadcast my opinion. I put this on the other video, but I am neither Republican or Democrat. I'm centrist, middle of the road, moderate, independent. I don't subscribe to either party. I'm thankful for the parties, but I don't subscribe to either. And if you want to label me anything, I'm a social capitalist. I'm a businessman, but I also believe that I'm not ignorant to the idea that most Republicans are, that there are people who need government assistance. And so that's the social part of that. But we're in a very interesting era. More than likely, President Trump will be the third president to be impeached by the House of Representatives. But since there is such a predominant presence, Republican presence in the Senate, it is not likely that the Senate will remove him from office. There are 53 Republicans, 53 Republican senators, and one. I might have that wrong. I'll have to look that up. But anyways, it's pretty close. How many Republican senators are to Democrat senators? Anyways, the Republicans, there would need to be 20 Republicans who vote to remove Trump from office, and I just don't see that. There may be some Republicans that vote to remove him, but I don't think there's 20 in there. So he more than likely, because this is such a political issue and not really, because the Republicans aren't taking it seriously and seeing it as a legal issue, and they are committed to this idea that it is a political issue, they are probably not going to vote to remove him from office. So anyways, stay tuned. I might broadcast more later, but right now it's pretty clear that the Democrats are for impeachment. The Republicans are against impeachment. I'm thankful that the Democrats outweigh the Republicans right now in the House of Representatives, and that the Democrats will vote to impeach him. So President Trump will be impeached tonight, but he will more than likely not be removed from office. Hopefully, the voters can come forward in November 2020 and vote him out of office and have him removed that way. So anyways, it's clear who I support. But if you have any questions, if you want to help me with my 1,000 subscribers so I can broadcast live in other areas and not in my messy apartment bedroom, subscribe, share, like, let people know what you thought of my comment or of my broadcast by commenting. And I'm out. Bye.
It's unfair, it's wrong, and now every future president, Democrat or Republican, will have to worry that the impeachment process